Everybody, welcome back to Inspiring Moments. Thank you for those of you that are viewing these videos, and I'm just excited because this is an opportunity where I get to speak life into you and encourage you to be all that you can be. On today's video, you see that the topic is entitled Changing Lives Response to Me. Man, think about that. If you had the power, and you do, but if you had the power to change what comes into your life, as though life is responding to you. Think about that. Life is responding to you. Life is responding to what you're doing. If you could change that some way, somehow, to get a better response from life, would you be interested in knowing something about that? Would you be interested in doing what you can do so that when life gives you back its response, it's the best response that you could get from life? Would you be interested in something like that? I'm glad you said yes. I could just hear everybody, yes, Myron, yes. Okay, so let's talk about it right here today. Have you ever talked to people and they've said those words? You know, they begin to describe something that happened to them or that occurred to them, better yet. And they say these words, you know, this happened to me. Oh, and then this happened to me. And they begin to tell you this elaborate story about what happened. Well, here on Inspiring Moments, we're going to look at life a little bit different. Life is not happening to you, but rather life is responding to you. And I know for some people that may be a hurdle, but I know not for you. Because again, life is not happening to you. All the things that are occurring is not a happening. It's more of an echo. It's more of a response. It's more feedback coming into your life about what's going on the inside of you. So here's what I like to tell people. I like to tell people, think of your life as an echo. You ever go into an empty room, or you go into an empty house, you go into an empty office, you know, you go into an empty space and you go, hello, and you get an echo back. Something like this, hello, and you get an echo. You get that echo back. It echoes, right? Well, it doesn't just come out of nowhere. What's coming back is exactly like what was sent out. Typically with some echoes, when you watch movies and stuff, they go, hello, or stop. And they go, stop, but the echo goes, stop, 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 stop. So you're actually getting back repetition, a repetitive amount of the one thing that you sent out there. God, if that's not life itself. Life is an echo. So whatever I'm putting out in life, whatever I'm sending out, it's going to come back to me. And for a period of time, it's going to keep coming back to me. So when I hear people talk about these happenings, this happened to me and it keeps happening. Why does this keep happening to me? Ever hear people say that? Why does this keep happening to me? Now you know the answer. Because at one point, you sent it out there. Maybe you didn't know that life is an echo. Maybe you didn't know that everything and everyone that is coming into your life is really an echoed version of you. So what I like to say to people, and I'm saying the same thing here to you today, you got to change what you're thinking about life. You're not just going through life and stuff just shows up and it's like, oh my God, how did this happen? Life is an echo. And when you realize that life is an echo, and the only way something can come and keep coming and keep happening, or better yet, responding, the way things keep responding and why things keep responding the way they do is that I have something to do with it. And listen, if you could change that, if you could change the feedback, if you could change the response, my question to you, before I'm not going to go no further till you answer me. I need you to answer. If you could change the response, I know you guys will be willing. Myron, what do I need to do? I'm sending out the best I can. Maybe you are, and maybe there's more that you can send out with intention. So guys, if the goal is to change life's response to me, to change the echo, I don't like the echo that I'm getting back because I really don't like this, and I really don't like these people. I don't like this situation right here. I don't like all the things that are occurring there. Myron, you're telling me I can change that? 100% guaranteed. Yes, you can. First of all, you've got power in you that you may not be aware of, and you've got power on the inside of you that you may not be using. Now, let me just kind of go a little side journey real quick. Most people don't know themselves. Most people don't know what they've got. They know what they're capable of, you know, so that's why I never will talk about your capabilities. I will tell you that you are a being of infinite possibility. I will tell you that because that part is true. But I'm not getting all of that coming into my life. Very true. If you're not sending that out there, if you're not sending it out into your life, there's no way it can come back. So the most important thing that I would work on is I would work on my self-awareness. I got to become aware of me. And guys, when I talk about this, I'm going to be very brief. When I talk about self-awareness, I'm not talking about how you look. I'm not talking about your muscles, and I'm not talking about your body. I'm not talking about the physical you. I'm talking about the inner you. You know, Socrates, I talk about Socrates all the time. Socrates said years ago, man, know thyself. And I believe that the self that Socrates was talking about was not the self that you look at in the mirror. You know, you like, oh man, I'm so fine. You know, I'm not talking about that, because there's more to you. Ooh, I just got something. There's more to you than what you can see. And that part of you that you're not seeing is the part that is sending things into life and echoing back to you. Woo, now that's pretty deep. That's pretty profound. That's why I always talk about self-awareness. I'm talking about self-awareness because most of the people don't know themselves. They don't know what they're doing with themselves. And we're sending things out into this this universe of you, this world of you, this life of you, this echo of you. And you're getting things that could be better, that should be better, that ought to be better. So the only thing that's stopping a lot of people is themselves and what they think about themselves. So to add and to keep with this, you remember that old song? I know I always talk about music, all right, because I love music, okay? But you remember the old song? I think it was by the Stylistics. Y'all can inbox me or send me a message or text me and let me know if I'm right with this. There's an old song that says, you are everything and everything is you. And I know the dude that was writing the song was talking about his girl. Baby, you are everything and everything is you. I'm going to take it out of that context and I'm going to put it in the context of you and your life. You and your life are everything, and everything that is showing up is an aspect of yourself. That's why self-awareness is so important. That's why you need to stay with these videos. Don't just watch them one time. Go back. If they're making you think, go back and listen to it again, because we're taking you from the surface aspect of yourself into the sub aspect of yourself, where all the power and all the creative energy and all the creative capabilities that you have, that limitless possibility, it's not the surface, it's in the sub part of you. It's in the unknown aspects of yourself. And you certainly want to get to know that part of you. So you guys, life is your reflection. I'm gonna pull another song out of the archive. Some of y'all know I talk about this song all the time. Michael Jackson said, I'm talking to the man in the mirror and I'm asking him to change his way. No message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make your world a better place, take a look at yourself and make the change. Now catch this. If you wanna make your world a better place, if Michael Jackson's saying the same thing I am. Michael Jackson said, if you want to change your world, if you want to change what's showing up in your life, you've got to take a look at yourself and make the change. Think about that. Mirror with a reflection that's echoing me. So that ties right into what I'm talking about today. Everything in my life is as it is because I am the way that I am. And if I want to make my world a better place, I got to take a look at me and be the change that I want to see. A mirror is, you can manipulate a mirror. You can control a mirror. A mirror is just going to do what it sees me do. If I turn my head this way, the mirror turns its head that way. If I stand up, the mirror, the reflection stands up. So where I am financially has to do with where I am, what I'm doing inside of me financially. Where I am as far as the people that occupy my life, they can only occupy my life as my reflection, okay? All the things, where I'm living, the type of job that I work, where my health is at, you know, everything that happens in life starts with me. That's why self-awareness is so important. What I think about myself becomes my reflection. What I feel about myself becomes my reflection. What I don't like about myself becomes situations and circumstances that I don't like. When I fall in love with myself and I believe in myself, then conditions will reflect me. And I want to say this to many of you that are watching today. Stop letting the mirror tell you who you are. We're listening to the mirror like, what? I can't do what? I'm not going to what? and you're listening to life. You're listening to you. Oh my goodness, this is good. You're listening to the reverberation of what you don't want because you're focused on that inside of yourself. So we're going to turn this thing called you around. We're going to turn this thing called your life. We're going to turn it completely around because you got the power to do that. You know, one of the authors that I love to read, he says, you know, stop trying to comb the mirror. Stop trying to comb the mirror and change your face. Stop trying to change the mirror and change yourself. What I am can only be echoed back. So let's wrap this up today. Let's get to some things you can do that will help turn what you're looking at around in your life. Because again, you got the power to do that. So here's some things you can work on. Because again, life doesn't change until I change. So I need to be the change. I need to become the change that I want to see in my life. What I be as me determines what becoming into my life. That's a Myronism, all right? What I be determines what becoming into my life. If I want to change what becoming, it is an echo of what I be. So what do I need to be? I need to be my best in my thinking about myself. I need to be my best in my thinking about myself. Whatever I think about myself, I can't think low. I can't think negative. I can't think I can't. I can't think nothing good ever happens to me. I have to think that I am a being of limitless possibilities, that I am capable of everything that I desire. I'm fully capable of that, and change those thoughts that I'm having about myself. I need to change those thoughts in the sub of me, because my thoughts is what goes out and gets echoed back. When I change what I think about myself, then I'm changing what shows up in my life. That's very powerful. Another thing that I need to change is what I feel about myself. And again, I'm not talking about on the surface. I need to just love and have a feeling of love about who I am and about what I am. And when I do, then love gets echoed back to me. You know, people are in relationships, and I'm gonna do a video on relationships, okay? But people are in relationships with a person that's not treating them necessarily the way they want to be treated. Right, because it all starts with you. When you truly fall in love with yourself, even if you don't have somebody, you'll attract somebody that will love you the exact same way. And if you're with somebody that doesn't love you the way you think you need to be loved, stop trying to change the mirror. They're only your echo. Oh, I just went deep, I think. But I'm gonna stay there. Stop trying to find a perfect person that's gonna love you like you've never been loved before. Why? Because you have to love yourself like you've never been loved before, and then that will be echoed in your life. Stop trying to change people. Stop that. That is such a waste of time to try to change another person, to try to change what they're doing, change their habits. No, change you. Just focus on you. You know what? I love me some me. I love me. You know what? I see all the good about me. I love being who I am when I'm alone. We all have been alone. Many of us have been alone during this time. And I think during this time of, pandemic, we've been asked to stay in, and we're in, and we're like, I'm by myself. I ain't got nobody to talk to. My phone ain't ringing. Everybody's on social media. They ain't looking at me. They ain't talking to me. Right, because that's the time for you to change what you're sending out in life, so that when you come out of this time of pandemic, don't be in a hurry to get out. Be in a hurry to put out. Be in a hurry to put out thoughts of love, thoughts of well-being, kind thoughts toward yourself, positive thoughts about yourself, uplifting and inspiring thoughts about yourself. Because as you do that, when you step out physically, you're going to meet that in so many different ways, echoed into your life in ways you could never imagine, because you made the change in you that you needed to make. And then finally, I'm going to say this: be willing to change the words that you speak about yourself. Somebody sees you and you got your mask on, or they got a mask on, and the scene is whatever it is, and they ask you how you're doing. Man, the words that you speak, they go out, not just into that person's ear, it goes out into your world. It goes out into your life. And life is listening to how you describe yourself. And then it says, oh, you feel like you just barely getting by. Well, let me make sure you just barely get by, because that's how you're describing yourself. You guys, these are some powerful things. So the words that you want to speak are never, I'm going to say this. The words that you speak are never for the listener. The words that you speak are for that capacity within you that makes your life what you say you are. Life and death, failure and success, wealth and poverty. All those things that you could ever desire is in what you put out into this world that will be echoed back to you. And again, in my conclusion, I echo the words of Michael Jackson, that if you want to make life's response better to you, if you want to change what life is giving you, be willing to make the change. When you change you, when you change what you're thinking about yourself, what you're feeling about yourself, how you're describing yourself, it's a guarantee that life is going to echo back to you. I want to say this really quick. Somebody said, well, I did that. I tried that one time and it didn't work. Right. Because the echo, it doesn't always come right back in life. Sometimes it takes life a couple of weeks, but then it shows up and then it keeps showing up. So you want to speak it, you want to think it, you want to feel it, and you want to keep doing until you change life's response to you. Hey, you guys, I'll see you again next time.